There was WWE creative trepidation over the Money in the Bank finish. Plus, Triple H meets with free agent talent over the Money in the Bank weekend. And which Money in the Bank match got cut short 3 times? It's all in the wrestling news right now. Money in the Bank WTF moments on the channel right now. And coming up today and tomorrow, all the interviews that you guys did down in that there London, Ross.
LA Knight, Santos Escobar, Shayna Baszler, Pretty Deadly, Zelina Vega, all coming to the channel right now. Not really chatting about Money in the Bank because we always plan to put the interviews out this week. So chatting about general things and the future. Garlic bread was not mentioned.
Ah, that's a shame. One of the highlights from Money in the Bank on the weekend, of course, was that phenomenal main event, the Bloodline Civil War, that saw Roman Reigns eat his first pinfall since 2019. Cheers, mate. Baron Corbin's crying.
Have you seen that one go down? I watched it last night for the first time since it actually happened at TLC 2019. FTR involved.
Oh, mate.
Dolph Ziggler's involved. They're all Baron Corbin's henchmen back then.
Jeez.
What a halcyon time that was before the pandemic.
Pre-pandemic vibes. WrestleVotes say that this finish on Saturday night was one that caused a feeling of trepidation amongst WWE creative, saying a high-ranking creative member said there was a feeling of trepidation, as we say, in crafting the finish for the Bloodline match. A strong argument was made that Reigns shouldn't be pinned prior to losing the title, and that was an argument that was present throughout the process.
You can see why, but also the way the story's gone so far, I think having Jey Uso specifically be the one to pin Roman Reigns at this point is the right thing to do, because it continues, and I feel dirty for using this word, right? It continues the Usos' momentum.
But you know what I mean? A good word.
If they turned on Roman, got out the Bloodline, then lost to Roman pretty much straight away, I think that doesn't really help anybody involved. But the fact that Jey Uso, specifically the storyline he's been on for the last 3 years, detailed on the channel, just type in Jey Uso something on Cultaholic, you'll find it, no doubt. It went up a few months ago. The fact that he was the one to get the pinfall, I think that was the right thing to do.
I think a perfect moment, perfect way to end a great match, a great night for Money in the Bank as well. A busy weekend for a lot of people involved. I think Triple H was getting around of it, wasn't he?
Yes, Better Wrestling Experience have been reporting that Triple H met with several free agents over Money in the Bank weekend. Whilst we're unaware of the status of the reported hiring freeze currently in place in WWE, Triple H is keen to sign a few new names, and the meetings, according to BWE, went well. Triple H is keen to not miss out on key signings again. There was reports that Triple H wanted to sign Jay White and Tama Tonga and Colby Carino and people like that before this alleged hiring freeze.
Now, if he's meeting people over the past weekend, one would think that that is UK talent.
Yes. Who lives in England?
Well, I've got a list here.
Go on then.
Aaron Anderson. Aaron Andrews. Oh, just the wrestlers. Oh, there's a few.
Could it be a case of there was reports saying that after that match against Kenneth Omega, the WWE were interested in Will Ospreay finally?
Having a little cheeky chat with him.
Yeah, he lives in bloody Essex, Danny. It was hard not to say the F word there, but we got through it.
I would love to start a rumour and innuendo because I love them both dearly. And I've got no evidence to back this up. I've got no horse in the race, and I've got, and I'm just throwing this out there because I like them to be in the conversation. You realise that on SmackDown, which you were at on Friday, on security, breaking up the Bloodline was Leon Slater and Man Like DeReiss.
Yes.
Boisterous behaviour from North Wrestling.
And fellow North wrestler with the long purple hair that I always forget the name of. Lady.
Rio.
Yeah, she was there
The
as well.
unstoppable Rio. Well, there's a thought. Rio, Man Like DeReiss, and Leon Slater were at SmackDown on Friday. Triple H was meeting brilliant UK talent. I'm just putting that out into the world.
I guess you could also link it to the NXT Europe thingy coming back. That idea circulating back as well. Obviously, Triple H was asked about in the press conference. He basically said the stuff with the UFC and the Endeavour deal and all the stuff that's happened is pushed back NXT Europe. They said 223 in the press and it's still half of the year to go, as Suffy was saying. So maybe it could have something to do with that as well.
Could very well be. Could very well be connected to that as well. 3 fantastic talents there that will be part of North Wrestling Thunderstruck on July the 15th. Next Saturday!
I'll be in Benidorm.
You'll be at the Walker Dome in Newcastle. I think you'll find. Rio herself going to be facing AEW and Ring of Honor star Mercedes Martinez next Saturday. Mercedes Martinez, my guest on Desert Island Graps tomorrow night, where she basically throws down the big strong style challenge to Rio. Come on! Come on!
And fight you to do it. That's the first time that'll be said. That's the first time that'll have been said, then actually organised as an actual fight, not just like I'll Facebook message you when I'm ready to go, and I'll smash your face in.
That's on the podcast feed, by the way. Also on the podcast feed today, I'll chuck this out there very quickly. I had a lovely chat with lead narrative designer for AEW Fight Forever, Justin Lieber.
What does that mean, Tom? Lead narrative designer?
He put together the Road to All Elite, the Road to the Elite.
Oh, I've seen lots of screenshots from that, but I've had a go myself, yeah.
He's the man behind the Road to the Elite. He talks about some of the challenges they faced in putting it together. He talks about how he got involved in the project, working with Kenny Omega, reaction to the first reaction within THQ Nordic, loads of other good stuff as well. It's a podcast feed exclusive. You can go listen to it right now. Let's talk AEW. It looks like a talent contract has expired.
Oh, Trench from the Mogul affiliates is gone.
Trench, man. In the trenches.
He was so good that I thought his name was French when he first arrived, but it wasn't. It was Trench.
From that famous sitcom, Trench and Taunton.
Oh, dear God. Anyway, his real name is Grandin Gutzman. His contract has expired, meaning he's gone from AEW. It felt like he was only there for a few months, but already he's out the door. Parker Bordeaux, the other fella in the Mogul affiliates before they aligned with the embassy as well. He's staying, though. He's going nowhere, so don't you worry about him.
He literally said as much on Twitter last night, saying, I'm not going anywhere. So Boudreaux, I don't know what his plans will be going forward.
Stand there and look medicine, I guess.
He's very good at that.
But then, to be fair, I haven't seen like the weekend's Collision show yet because I was in London. It was in London, baby. But he has been sort of missing from the whole Mogul Embassy stuff. So we'll have to see what's going on.
We will.
It's
have
been more
to.
focused on Brian Cage and your Gates of Agony and stuff like that.
I think there's a lot of potential. I mean, Boudreaux's kind of bounced around a bit. He was in the Trustbusters for a little bit.
Big theme song.
Big theme song.
Terrible faction.
Good theme song. That's a list in itself, isn't it? 10 wrestlers who had brilliant theme songs that were rubbish.
The way he was booked in WWE, Mike and Maria Kanellis is at the tippy top.
This
is the greatest
love I've ever known. Okay, talking of fighting, not so much in the Walker Dome, how about fighting in Philadelphia? Drew Gulak's going to be busy going forward.
Catch Point Wrestling is a new wrestling school that is being opened by a man who on TV is training the superstars of tomorrow in the NXT. He's Thea Hale's, he was up until last week, co-trainer. Now he's just left her by the wayside after she's had great success. So look at Thea Hale. That could be you if you go to Catch Point Wrestling. I don't work for them.
This comes from the press release. Hello, pro wrestler. Your new fight is beginning. The newest professional wrestling training facility, Catch Point, is set to officially open its doors in August in Philadelphia. Founded by WWE superstar Drew Gulak, it's accepting professional wrestlers of all skills to attend classes starting this August. Classes will be offered in a small group settings to cater to all pro wrestling experience levels, from beginners to seasoned veterans, and instructors will include resident coaches like Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, Wheeler Yuta, and Drew Gulak.
The great Yuta.
The great Yuta.
My God. Imagine learning from him.
Many special guest coaches will also come along as well. You can sign up at thecatchpoint.com to learn from Drew. And he taught you how to wrestle in 2K23.
He did.
So he must be good.
And he's good at both. He's good at the mat stuff. He's good at the sort of the charisma kid part of the business, the talking and whatnot. He's good at everything. I would go there if I lived there.
There's a lot to learn about the wrestling business, away from just actual learning to wrestle, but learning how to deal with some of the things that come at you, namely having your match time cut short multiple times.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey's been on social media once again. She's been speaking about that tag team title match at Money in the Bank at the weekend, and she said, when your time gets cut 3 times, but you still put on a banger. Hashtag chicken salad. Then there's like a chicken leg. There's a little, it could be a bowl of mushy peas. Oh, it's a salad bowl. Hashtag tag team championships. I wonder what she can mean.
Well... I can't say, because if we say what it means, we'll probably get a little strike for doing a swear.
I wasn't about the words.
The phrase that when you turn chicken, you know what?
Chicken excrement into chicken salad.
That's the one. Chicken excrement to chicken dinner. So that's what she means about that. She's quite vocal when it comes to like these little incidents within the matches that people don't necessarily talk about. Your matches being cut short, changes in creative flow and stuff like that. When she goes, I mean, she's going to go out with a bang based on the promo and stuff that we saw with them and the build that we've already had for Ronda and Shayna. She wants to go out basically putting Shayna over.
Yeah, and that's a very good thing because Shayna already just feels more special than she did before the turn, which was nice because on one hand, the shock was fantastic because I don't think anybody saw it coming, and that's a great thing in wrestling when nobody sees a thing coming. But then again, the women's tag team titles have been put to the sidelines for another storyline. The people holding the titles didn't care about them enough. They just wanted to get their own personal thing everything's sorted out. So we're back to square one with the women's tag team titles, it feels like, but this feud heading into SummerSlam should be a good one.
We shall watch it as it
Don't be
unfolds.
fighting at the Walker Joe.
Like Mercedes Martinez and Rio at Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
North Wrestling, July 15th at the Walker Dome. Fight, yeah. And we'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Fight, yeah.
Oh, fight at the Walker Joe. Don't eat chicken excrement.